Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
So now we'll move into the holistic system.
Yeah.
So before we get started, will you briefly, I know we've done a video on it, but briefly discuss that again to get everyone up to speed.
Sure. So we do all this Know Thyself, right? Let's say it's a 10-week, course or a 20-week training or what. It's just all different. You can modify. It's like an accordion.
Yeah.
Right. But so we do a lot around Know Thyself, and then we go right into it. We start systematizing how do you beat stuff.
Okay.
Right. And so with the holistic system, it's spiritual religion, it's family friends, it's health physical, it's personal social, and then it's career material. Okay. So that's the the broad strokes on that. Now, do you want me to touch the bases a little bit on each of those or no?
No, because we'll do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the holistic system, and it gives you what I call, a firm frame or a lens or the piercing pupil. It gives you this, parameters. Like it's like the training wheels in your first. By the way, did you teach your brother how to ride a bike? Really? That's a lie.
No. I'm embellishing, maybe.
No. Embellishment. It says
he can ride a tricycle.
That's not a bike.
I'm embellishing one more wheel.
No, 2 more wheels because you have to take them both off.
He can ride a tricycle.
I don't know that. I agree to disagree.
I agree to agree.
That'll go for 3 weeks. But anyway.
So for the holistic system.
Yeah.
Well, let's just start with spiritual religious.
Yeah.
Where do you have them start, or what do you have them do in spiritual religious?
So I talked to him about like a goal or an objective or whatever you want to call it. Like what would you like to accomplish? Mm-hmm. So it could be as big and as far off as I want to spend eternity in heaven.
Okay.
Okay, great. Or I want to build a relationship with, the Trinity or Jesus or whatever. Mm-hmm. I want to, whatever, I don't know, whatever they're going to say.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, that's kind of your goal. Now, what are the activities that you would need to do to achieve that goal, right? So you want a relationship with Jesus. Well, how do you build a relationship? We break that down 3 ways. Time, care, belief, right?
Yeah.
Spend time with them, believe in them, meaning that you're going to, I'm by your side, that, and then care about it means you get things done with them, not to enable, or get things done for them, not to enable, but to support.
Okay.
Right? So there you got to watch that. So you say, okay, well, how would you do that? Well, how do you spend time with your girl? Well, you talk to her. Mm-hmm. We just call that prayer. Right? You learn about her. Well, if he's not right here in front of you or she's not right here, maybe you read her diary. Right. It's called the Bible. Yeah. Right? You go to church so that other people are giving their input. You go, I'm sure you talk to your girlfriend's mom.
Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you just figure out like what am I trying to accomplish and what are the activities that would make sense to accomplish that.
Got it. Okay. And then what does it look like for family friends?
So with family friends, I break it down into technically I break it down into 9 sets.
Okay.
So with the family, I say there's, your immediate family, right? And then there's your extended, and then there's your expanded, or maybe I flip those 2. I don't know. Tomato, but conceptually it's the same with your family. And then with your friends, I just say it's kind of like primary, secondary, tertiary. And then I have the rest of everybody else, which would be like your acquaintances. Mm-hmm. And that could be your proximity friends or your coworkers or just people that like the mail guy or, something along those lines. And then again, same thing. What are you wanting to have happen? Well, I want, most people want a relationship with the people that they love. Okay. Well, I don't need a relationship with the mailman. My relationship is, hi and thank you. Right. That's as good as it gets. But maybe with, my son or my wife, it's going to be a lot more intimate, so to speak. Yeah. And so we do things called constant contact and different things. But in the end, it depends what you're trying to accomplish. Some people have told me, I just want to forgive my dad. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Right. What are the activities, towards forgiveness.
Yeah.
Writing the letter you never send, you stupid mother, blankety blank,
Yeah.
and you never send it to me, right? I mean, there's all these different types of things that you're able to do to be able to get it out of you, the poison out of you, and ultimately leads to forgiveness, because if you're harboring that, it's hurting you, not them.
Right, absolutely. And then we get to health physical, and it's like, hey, there's nothing. I don't have anything. I feel perfect where I'm at, what I'm eating, how I'm eating, sleep. I just breaks it down. There's nothing for me.
Great. Let's move on to personal social.
Okay, so there's nothing.
Well, no, I'll work on them
okay.
later, but remember, Rome isn't built overnight.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we think, well, we got to do something right now. So I've already played King and Queen of the World. I've already, in my mind, as you're telling me that, I'm going, I don't think you drink 100 ounces of water. I don't think you get 8 hours of sleep. Right?
Right.
All these things that can help you.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to let it go right now. I'm like, oh, okay, great. But I'm going to come back and revisit that. And I'm going to say, hey, it's been bothering me a little bit. And I just wanted to brainstorm with you and see where you're at, why you think that or whatever. So you tell me or whatever. Maybe I do that right on the spot. But I have to cure it right now. I don't have to, stop everything all the time. It's like I tell people, a lot. I'm like, dude, I fired you freaking like 900 days ago.
Yeah.
It's not come to fruition yet. Or people go, oh, man, you always speak your mind. I said, would you like to look at my tongue? Because I've been biting that sucker so many times that I've wanted to say something to you. I have more freaking scars and stitches and everything else. So you don't want to go there with me. Right? You think if I told you everything that I thought about you in a negative way all the time, we'd both go kill ourselves, right? So, I try to tell them the positives and stuff, and and then try to get them to uncover, like the onion, some of the negatives. Because again, who's in control? If I say you're a donkey,
right,
then what's happening? Ownership's on me. If you uncover that you're a donkey in the area of being a crappy father, now where's the ownership? Well, once you have ownership, then you have a chance to move.
Right.
No ownership, you don't believe in it, you're not the alcoholic, you're not even starting on patterns of change. Nothing happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. And then we move into personal social, and for me, let's say I want to be a scratch golfer.
Yeah.
And I'm a +4.
Yeah.
So where would
you'd go the other direction.
No.
So you'd be because a plus is actually means you're 4 strokes better than par.
Oh, okay.
I know you don't know a lot about that, but and that's fine. But I know what you're saying. So, the simple answer is go putt more and chip more, right? Because that's where the game's won or lost.
Yeah.
But what we would do is we'd have to uncover that. Mm-hmm. So I would start with you. Well, what's the best part of your game? What's something you think you could, we would go through all of this.
Yeah.
And then maybe in that case, I'd have to go watch you.
Okay.
Right? I would want to watch so that I would be able to identify. But I already know what the issue is going to be, because the only way, because I was a scratch golfer, mm-hmm. right? And the only way that you get to where you're, in a plus situation, or in this case, if you're a 4 handicap and get to 0, you got to go chip. And bigger than that, anything within 50 yards of that green, you got to put within a circle.
Right.
And you know how I used to talk about, it was kind of the opposite. So I would never teach somebody to catch the football. I'd teach them to catch the tip.
Yeah.
But in golf, you go the other way. So if this is the hole, right? You tell people that shot before you put it in. Mm-hmm. You say, how big can I make that to where every time you get it in that range, that circular range, you're going to make it 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And they would say, 4 feet. So we'd put out balls at 4 feet, and we'd say chip it in there.
Right.
So now we know you're going to get up and down, which means you're not going to lose any strokes, because that's where people lose them. So in that case, that's a little bit on the physical end.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at that and to see that, mm-hmm. so to speak. And I didn't even mean to embellish, and I embellished. I'm sorry, I was a 3. I didn't want to get to scratch because I didn't want to grind with chipping. Yeah. So I said that incorrectly, but yeah.
Got it. And then we'll move to career material.
I did shoot 68 one time. Actually, I shot the 60s a couple times. But anyway.
And then we'll move to the final one, which is career material. And so how would that look for someone?
Well, it depends. Again, what are you trying to accomplish? So we say career and material. So there's a lot of people out there, teachers that don't make a lot of money that just love their job.
Yeah.
And they work 181 days a year, 185, I think, is what we used to work. And, they didn't do summer school. They got vacation. I mean,
Yeah.
and they love that's where they're at. So on the material side of things, unless their parents were rich or something, or they had a side hustle,
Yeah.
they weren't able to afford the finer material things of life. So we say career. That's why we said it both ways.
Got it.
And so it depends what you're trying to accomplish there. Do you want to be, and there's plenty of jobs out there that have both.
Mhm.
Being an entrepreneur has both.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, I have fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so today I'm doing this with you. I enjoy, we don't see each
Yeah.
other all the time. At least once a week we do.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. I got to go see one of my old partners today after the dentist. I got to do that. I got to do different things. Now, most of the other days I'm working 15 hours a day.
Right.
But on certain days, I'm like, well, my day's already cut up anyway.
So,
And a lot of the stuff that I do, I can't just do it like in an hour. It may take me 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why am I going to start on something to go fit some, start, so to speak.
Got it. Funny. And so now, with all these systems, and we'll get into the individual system, but
Yeah.
it runs. You can run these simultaneously.
Oh, yeah.
You can run these and they hook together, like you said.
Yeah.
And
Not only can you, you should.
should. Yeah, you should. You're right. And so is that why? Do you attest your success because you've been able to hook them together, and so everyone can run them, and they're so simple? Is that
Yeah, so, if you want to talk about my success, but I think that question is better for other people's success.
Yeah.
Because, what happened is for me, because I had to hack everything.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to hack this, time hacks, this hack,
Yeah.
sports hacks. I got to lift more than everybody else. I got to take protein. I had to do all these little hacks. Well, I didn't know they were called systems or processes. I didn't know any of that.
Right.
So but when I started helping others, I thought, man, I can help you one-on-one if I'm right there.
Mm-hmm.
But what about if I'm not right there?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how will we do that? And that's when we started creating systems and different things of that nature. And yeah, I think it's absolutely, helped tens and tens and tens of thousands of people. And we already got the youth number.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing, and I'm serious about this, what about the ripples?
Yeah.
Right? So is there anything that I've taught you that you've taught Vivian?
I don't think so.
Really? You say no to her all the time?
No, I don't do that. I don't think I've really have to learn that ever.
So you redirect?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I taught you that.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can ask you 100 other questions that you don't even know you do that I taught you.
Right.
But now you're teaching Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're teaching Vivian, are you also teaching her mom?
Yeah.
Right. And if you're teaching her mom, could you be teaching grandma too if she's listening?
Yeah.
And then what about grandma's boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And hey, dude.
Yeah.
There's like 5 generations down just from that one little thing.
Right.
Right? So you don't know it, but there's a lot of stuff that you do that, you don't even have a clue. Just like with me and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She mentored. I do a lot of things that she does. I don't even know it, dude.
Right.
Right? And that's the beauty of a system. You have a system. Some things you've plugged into, some things you haven't.
Yeah.
Some things you bought into. Mm-hmm. Some things you do and you haven't bought into it.
Yeah.
And you'll still do it because it's part of the routine of the company, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, I think as you get older and your hemispheres connect, your brain hemisphere doesn't connect to like 28 or 30, I think you'll go on the ground for the ball in getting organized or taking ownership, whatever, because you want the ball.
Right.
Yeah, because you'll see that in a different way.
Yeah.
But the seeds are there, and that's why I always tell people with Christianity, maybe I'm the one that plants the seed. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm the one that waters the seed. Maybe I'm the one that keeps the weeds away from the seed. Maybe I'm the one that keeps the crows away from when it starts to grow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the one that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it and say, look, and I've told people this: go watch freaking Crash twice a year. The movie Crash. Everything's interconnected. So when they say, my favorite number, 6 degrees of separation, I make it 7. But 7 degrees of separation, they're not joking around by that.
Right, no.
Yeah.
And then we'll move into the individual system.
Yeah.
Which we've done a video on, but could you touch the bases on those as well?
Yeah, so shocker, it starts with mindset, and then you get organized around that mindset, and then you do the solution showcase, which is the easiest and the hardest.
Yeah.
It's the do piece,
Yeah.
right? And then you go into collecting data around what's important to you, which should be surrounded by your mindset, and you're getting organized, and then the things you're doing to try to make those things happen. You collect the data, and then you thoughtfully advance.
Got it. And what and where and how does the individual system have to do with becoming an incredible individual?
Well, I mean, as a man thinketh, so he is. We used to talk about that book we'd read to you.
Yeah.
I think I can. The train going up the mountain.
Right.
I think I can. I think I can. And then it was what? I know I can. I know I can. And then it was what? I did. Right? So, when you talk about, because you asked that as a whole, right? Not just mindset. Yeah.
Right.
So just the mindset alone that says, I'm going to go on the ground for that basketball because I want the basketball. I've already eliminated 90% of the field.
Yeah.
Right? And not everything has to be competition, but, my brain's like that because I'm a sports guy.
Yeah.
Right? And so, but I like the both end. You can win and I can win too. I love that. But I've already eliminated 90% of the competition. Well, what does that make you? That makes you in the top 10% on pretty much everything you do.
Yeah.
If your mindset's right about the dishes, I'm 90% better than everybody else who does dishes.
Yeah.
90% right. And so that was always my thing. Right? So when I was the dishwasher, my first real job, I think it was illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know how they sweatshop this when we were 8, 9, and 10, 3 paper rounds. That's the craziest freaking thing. Anyway, but my first legal job when I was 16, I was the dishwasher for 1 week. And then I became the bus guy because I cleaned the heck out of those dishes. I was like, right? And so then when I was the bus boy, I got more tips than the waiters and the waitresses. Why? Because I took better care of the people.
Yeah.
I was on it, dude. You didn't have to ask me for water, freaking shit. And most restaurants don't have as much stuff to deal with. So Mexican restaurant, you got the chips, you got the cerveza, you got the salsa, and we had 2 different types of salsa. You got to go get their food. You got right? And so on Friday night, I was the only busboy, and on Friday nights, we had like 50 tables. You think there's 10 busboys in there? I didn't play around, right? And so, what does that make me? Well, I'm 90% better than everybody else that's a busboy. Yeah. Now, in that case, I had some raw talent because I was quick and I was smart. So now I'm, probably in the top 5 percentile or 2 percentile.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, when you have just the mindset piece of the individual system, you're already just like the accountability formula. Right. You're 50% there already. Right. And then if you think about, your learning at the end, now you're 75% there. So I say, if that's at least 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever percent it is, so it may only be 50%, but it's 90% better than everybody else.
Right.
Now you get organized around that, which I know that you don't know exactly what I just said right there, because you must have a problem with O words, ownership. There you go. But if you get organized around that, now I'm ahead of 95% of the people. Right.
Got it.
I mean, think about what you did by doing those 2 things, even if you did them reluctantly.
Yeah.
Well, what are you? You're in the top 0.0001% of all decathletes. You're 3rd in the nation, dude. You're not the top 1%. You're the top 0.00, right? And what does that mean in real life? Well, I don't know. If you're the top and you're a quarterback, it's probably about $40 million a year. And, I'm not saying money's the end all be all. It's not for me.
Right.
But it's a measuring point.
Yeah.
right? 37 million youth we've helped. Pretty good number.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if you have this great mindset, you get organized around, then you go do it. This is where everybody gets all screwed up.
Yeah.
They go ready, set, ready, aim. On your marks, get set. Bump, set. Dude, you got to spike. You got to come out the block. All 4 points. You got to come out the blocks. You got to do. So it's the easiest thing. Just go do whatever you said you were going to do.
Right.
But it's the hardest.
Yeah.
Oh, because then the mindset creeps in. I'm not that good. I'm not as good as that trumpet player. I'm not. Screw all that. You be the best you.
Yeah.
It's good enough. You may not be the best. There ain't that many Michael Jordans out there, dude.
No.
Right? They're not. That's why they call them the GOATs.
Yeah.
But you could be Michael Jordan's assistant.
Yeah.
You could be, you could score 20 a game. Pippen seemed to do pretty good with it.
You could be Snoop Dogg's joint roller for $50,000 a year.
Is that what he does?
He pays him $50,000 a year to roll joints.
Hey, you know what? I don't agree with it, but
I don't either, but hey, for $50,000, obviously he's got to be pretty good.
yeah, and it's legal now. So what?
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
And then last question, do you wish you had a big family, like 4 brothers, 3 sisters, and a bunch of nieces and nephews running around?
Yeah, if they were cool.
They were cool. Okay.
Yeah.